Okay, let's take 5 minutes to go over this. My name is Pobiak. I have been a lifelong entrepreneur, providing business solutions, large and small, nationwide and locally, by always being able to optimize the way systems and deals work, from every side and for every side. You need my background, I'm a tech guy, but my first big business started just delivering mailing machines, but ended up a company that received, tested, delivered, and installed most of the office automation equipment sold in Washington, D.C. in the 70s and 80s. Next, I created another company to run data cables for the Wang systems that we were already installing. From that, I ended up figuring out a unique fire code safe coaxial cable that was needed to be run in regular office ceiling plenums without being inside of metal conduit for the fire codes, resulting in millions of feet manufactured, sold, and installed under sole source government contracts by my company. Now, after those companies were sold, when early internet and personal computers were gaining a foothold in homes, I created the first fully functional internet bookstore and electronic book software that retained the original print pages, contents, and indices, and allowed printed books to be scanned, edited, custom compiled, and then delivered over the internet in less than a minute. Sound familiar? In the mid-90s, this technology ended up being purchased by the U.S. Congress to produce all the K-12 textbooks for blind schools nationwide. Then, living in Manhattan, and because of my reputation for creating unique solutions, the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey contracted with my company, sole source again, for design, creation, and maintenance of their very first websites for all the New York City airports, the World Trade Center, all the Manhattan bus terminals, the PATH subway system, and all the bridges and tunnels crossing the Hudson River and more. I first created the concept, then was contracted to create Path Vision, displaying specific station and track messages, system-wide information, and instant emergency messages on flat screens installed in each PATH subway station. That all took 6 years to complete. At that point, just before 9/11, I stopped having meetings in the World Trade Center every day. Now recently, I've taken inspiration from the residential compounds where I have been a guest over the years. Once you've experienced this kind of residential lifestyle, you really can't imagine having anything else. Those experience with compound estates has led to a completely unique, fully developed, and ethical real estate play that creates them and that performs quickly and profitably without allowing any loss or liability. Now, when you own two adjacent residences, it's called a residential compound or family compound or compound estate. There's a whole lifestyle of privacy and flexibility and higher price that comes with having a main house and a guest house and both parcels of land. They are very rare because of the unrelenting holdouts and ridiculous prices demanded, even when just trying to buy your next-door neighbor's house, much less from two adjacent owners at the same time. The value of having the lifestyle that this configuration of properties gives you when conveniently close into a desired urban center is unmistakable and makes your place the place that your grown family and friends want to visit, have events, vacations, etc. And that, of course, is priceless. Another plus, if times ever get tight, you can always sell one of them off without disturbing the other. You have had this house for a long time now. I assume it has served you well during that time with raising kids, building a business life, and social contacts. Did you once feel you'd stay in this house forever? Do you now? While raising kids and building careers is definitely the center of your universe, but for most people, when their kids are out of the house and moved away on their own, the center of the world just sort of moves with them. You know? You probably feel deep inside that of the big things that matter now, this house has moved down the list. Well, if you're ever going to sell the house, this is the moment when you'll be able to make more money by piggybacking on this compound plan than perhaps at any time in the future. I think you will find that the meeting will be very instructive and helpful in making a lifetime decision, not through necessity, but rather for profit.